an extraterrestrial. Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the BT. Yo, that was not what I wanted to do. Welcome back to the BTSI. Show me your Crystal J. Thank you guys for tuning in, even on my first day back. They be fucking me up. All right, keep it like, damn, yellow. What's wrong with y'all? Thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, you want more content like this, please subscribe and share to your peoples. Follow me on those social links are located in the description. Participate, waive all rights and privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. So before we get started, y'all saw the thumbnail. We're going to talk about K-Dot versus Andrew Schulz. So before we get into that, and before we get into quick hits, I do want to remind you guys, for those who have already done it, thank you for watching final chapter BTSI finale. That was my third and final short film for that one particular story that I was telling. So I am grateful for those who had came and watched it. The link is located in the description. After the show, please go watch and support your boy. Now, before we get into these two, let's get into some quick hits, shall we? Oh, where did I see? I ain't been gone for so long. Got to clean my house, keep my house clean. There we go. Now let's get back into it. No. Yes. There we go. Now, first topic today, as we all heard yesterday, regarding United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was fatally shot in Manhattan. Now, NYPD believes this is staged, meaning that this was premeditated. Excuse me, not staged. This was premeditated. So they do believe he was targeted. I kind of believe that too. Matter of fact, talking to somebody that I know, I don't want to speculate, and I'm not going to speculate, but alleged there might it wouldn't surprise me if he got shot because the person that shot him was fired. Somebody I have to credit that to somebody else because I didn't even think that far. But that will make a lot of sense. Somebody gets shot and killed because they fired somebody. Or there was in charge of the department that said fire that person. You never know. We don't know. All we know is he pulled up into Manhattan for a convention. He got shot in the chest, point blank range, and the shooter fled on a bike. Not a car, not an Uber, bike. I don't know how bad it is in New York to where you can get away with somebody, get away with killing somebody, and run away on a bike. That's different. You have to be. I hate to sound like this guy, but you have to be really committed to a murder to ride off on a bike, or you just don't give a fuck. One or the other. That was pretty damn ballsy, I would say the least. Now they are still searching for this guy. They do not have a clue on where he's at. And if you was to ask me, it's Thursday right now. I would say by the end of business day tomorrow, he'll probably be found. And it may not make the media reports, but if I had to guess, I would say by business day tomorrow he will be found. But condolences to the family and friends of Brian Thompson because that was a tragedy. That was sad because Jesus Christ, hate that it happened. Next topic, and we're gonna go through these quick hits because I want to get to these two. Next topic. This was an interesting story. Employees at a Tennessee VA facility revealed to have allegedly had a 12-person orgy. One person has also reportedly slept with 32 other coworkers. Now, just hear me out. Just hold on, y'all. Before y'all get to judging, just hear me out on this. This is my take. As long as that orgy or sleeping with your coworkers didn't happen in the workplace, mind your business. Now, granted, you don't need to be going blurting out to people that you're involved in an orgy or you slept with 32 people. Keep that to yourself. However, will there be any punishment coming down on employees? I would assume yes, just based off of this getting public attention now. However, I don't believe they need to be fired. I do believe they need to be sat down and told whatever happens outside of work, keep it outside of work. Don't come here telling me who you slept with. We don't care that much. We're not that invested in your personal life. 12-person orgy, your business. You sleeping with 32 coworkers, your business. As long as it doesn't affect the productivity at work, you guys can do whatever the fuck y'all want outside of these walls. Hell, they could bust your walls down just outside of these walls. Don't go around running your mouth. That's my only take on this. Like, we can get into the whole that's a disgusting act. You shouldn't do that. A, B, C, D. There's plenty of time for that conversation. The only thing I want to highlight is this. Those are gunshots that I think I heard. The only thing I want to highlight is this. What you do in your bedroom is your business, nobody else's. I should not have to open my phone and hear about a 12-person orgy at a VA. I shouldn't have to see that. I don't want to necessarily see that. I just want to know that now that I know that this is a thing, did you do it in the workplace? If the answer is yes, fire all of them. Every last one of them need to be fired. The person that slept with 32 coworkers, did you sleep with them within these buildings, on this premise? If the answer is yes, fire. Fire him or her and fire all 32 of them. But if they did that off the property, there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. That's their personal business. Nothing I can do. So, hey, get it how you live, I guess, but just keep your mouth shut about it. And as long as you're not doing it on the premise of where you work at, fair game. That's what I say. Lastly, and this is going to tie into the main topic. Fans shocked by the Toronto Blue Jays promoted Kendrick Lamar tour. And by the tweet, it just says Kendrick Lamar visits Rogers Center in June. Tickets go on sale December 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hell, case y'all been living on the rock. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's going on tour. I know they're coming to Houston in April at the NRG Stadium. Yes, they're on stadium tours now, ladies and gentlemen. Rogers Center. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure Toronto has a stadium somewhere. But yeah, Kendrick is going for that stadium money, and he has more than enough fan base to fill out a stadium. But let me see, the Rogers Center capacity, yes, it is a whopping. Oh, okay, 41,000 is nice. Yeah. After renovations, they dropped it down to 39,150. That's still a good turnout. I believe 50K. You know what? If you want to combine seatings on the field, you're right. You're right, Brittany. It does come out to be 50K because I know, like I said, they're coming to Houston. They are coming to Houston in April, and I know they'll be in MetLife in May. So that's another 20,000. That's going to be on the floor sittings. So yeah, that makes sense. Now, some people say, why would Toronto support Kendrick Lamar? It's a business at the end of the day. They are here to make money. The top entertainer in rap and ironically in R&B wants to come to my city and perform. Why would I get this at any other venue? Bring them here and let's go ahead and make this money. I think it's just right now. It's just one date, so I say go ahead and collect the bag. They'll get over it. Matter of fact, Kendrick, like, let's be real. Brittany Bree says 50K. Kendrick and between Kendrick and says they got 50,000 fans in Toronto. I think this is a nice sellout. It wouldn't surprise me if they add another date to the tour. Oh, sorry, Drake. You'll be all right. You'll figure it out. You will figure it out. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Quick Hits. Now, and of course, where are we at? Nope. Now let's get into the topic. I know with all these uploads that I was doing today, I know I forgot something, but it's all good. Now, for those who haven't listened to the album GNX, you tripping. I have been listening to that through and through. So much so that I would say that is a objective ears, ladies and gentlemen. Bars, delivery, and production. I will give that album 100%. There is not a skippable song on that album. And I legit mean that. There's not a skippable song. Now, one of my personal favorites, when we get to that playlist, I will let you guys know. I will upload that maybe tomorrow. I'll let y'all know by tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm giving that 100%. Now, we all know that Kendrick took a shot at Andrew Schulz. Now, some people say he didn't say Andrew Schulz's name. If that's what you guys want to rest on, obviously you don't know rap, and number two, you might be a little bit too young for this conversation. But so just go ahead, sit to the side, let the adults talk. Now, with Kendrick calling out Schulz, the question is why? For those who don't know, this is a comment that was made a few months ago by Schulz.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
You don't know about this?
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like
Yeah.
clean shape up.
Yeah.
Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it. That's why they got to shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
They grow a
step-
beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that last statement. Of course you would. Of course you would. It could have been nobody else. Now, that was the comment. And obviously, in the intro track, Kendrick talked about how white community should not talk about a black woman. That's law. Now, when I first heard that, obviously, I knew he was talking about shows. I knew that. That was an easy pickup. Now, my thing was, when will Schulz respond? Not if, when. Flagrant podcast happened. He did respond, ladies and gentlemen, and this is his first response.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he's saying, I can talk about black women.
See, now here's the thing when it comes to comedians. People have gotten away with checking and correcting comedians, and most comedians have acquiesced to the public outrage. Here's the thing about Andrew Schulz. You could throw Akash Singh in there. They have, number one, if you know who Patrice O'Neal is, you know that Andrew Schulz is cut from that cloth. So good luck getting him to change his jokes. That's number one. Number two, it's too late to do this to Andrew Schulz right now. You know why it's too late? Because he has curated an audience literally from the ground up. Nothing was given to him. He literally curated his own audience, so much so that he could survive on his own audience alone. What does that mean? You guys think people will cancel Andrew Schulz? No. You guys never supported Andrew Schulz. If you didn't, I'll put it like this. You know who I'm talking to, and you know where you fit in that category. You guys did not support Andrew Schulz. So he's not losing money. He's not losing shows. He's not losing airtime because he already generated his own audience. So much so that, keep in mind, albeit we see this on Brilliant Idiots all the time. Now to the point where he has curated Flagrant. It was Flagrant 2. It used to be a sports podcast. Now it's just anything goes. It's now to the point where his own fan base will cancel him if he doesn't keep it flagrant. No pun intended. So there's nothing. So right now, when people say Teflon, Andrew Schulz is literally Teflon. And you guys probably should have done this like maybe 10 years ago, probably. If you guys did this 10 years ago, we don't know if Schulz may have been out of here or not. Maybe. But right now, he can say what he wants, and there's nothing you can do about it. Does Andrew even have a black girlfriend? Because Gary gets a pass because he was married to one, so he actually knows. Andrew Schulz when I first heard about Andrew, his girlfriend was black. He's married now, but his girlfriend was black. Just to give context. So he said, well, Gary gets a pass because he was married to one, so he actually knows. Andrew knows. So Andrew knows. Yeah, Andrew knows. Andrew knows this. His girlfriend was black. 10 years ago, his girlfriend was black. Now, This is why. Now, this is where it gets dangerous. This is why people need to be careful of the comedians you go after, because there's some comedians who there's no line they won't cross. People work within this margin. They're scared to cross that boundaries. He's not. He's not. So let the trolling begin. Matter of fact, if y'all don't know his friend Akash Singh, well, here you go.
You gotta understand about Kendrick. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
I said, let the troll begin. This is why. See, I will say this. The only reason, now for the record, I do believe Kendrick believe what he says regarding protecting black women. So let me make that clear. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said what he said in that song. Now, regarding comedians, as of late, there has been comedians who have acquiesced to the request and the pressure of the public. Like, I think this is offensive. I'm so sorry. I'm going to change my joke immediately. Andrew Schulz, Akash Singh, Cat Williams. No, not Cat Williams. Take that back. Dave Chappelle. Who else? Corey Graves. The list goes on and on. These are a list of comedians who's like, if you don't like it, fuck you. Here's a dick for you to suck. I'm still going to say my joke. And if you don't come, you was never coming to begin with. So I'm going to focus on my fan base who expects that from me and wants me to give more of that. So that's why you got Akash trolling Kendrick the way he is. Now, I'm going to just hold on to what Akash is saying, what Andrew's going to say momentarily. He didn't say his name, and any white boy could have responded, but Andrew did. And the internet plays the guessing games. That's Brittany, that is correct. That goes for any comedian. I'm not too familiar with too many white comedians. This is probably my favorite one. And Jesus, what's his name? Bill Maher, of course. But we all know, like you said, fairness, guessing games. But if I had to put all my money on it, he was talking about him. He was 100% talking about him. Now, some comedians, now to Brittany's point, some comedians are going to roll with that because they don't have the leverage or the cachet of Andrew Schulz. They're going to have no choice but to acquiesce to that. Does he need to do that? The answer is no. He doesn't have to. That's why he can confidently say this with no problem. Now, keep in mind what Akash Singh said. Now, let's play what Andrew says, because let's just play it. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and rape of R. Kelly? And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual predator,
and black women?
Oof, children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not Breezy! Not Breezy!
And also, thank you, Gary Owens. I almost forgot about Gary Owens. Thanks for that, Brittany. I like him too. Both are married to black women, and I like them both, and has said things about black women. They could speak from experience. Andrew Schulz can speak from experience as well. Can I do this from my phone? Yeah, I can do this from my phone. Now, with what Akash and Andrew just presented, what they're saying is real simple. That's an interesting take for you. That's an interesting stance for you to take, Kendrick, given who you have worked with previously. And guess what? That's fair game. That's why it's never a good idea to go on this high horse when you have these conversations or trying to pander to your audience. Now, am I saying Kendrick's a panderer? Absolutely not. I don't get pandering from him, not even a little bit. But when you take such a stance, while you're pointing one finger, it's real simple, y'all. Y'all heard it. 3 is pointing right back at you. So based off of his catalog and who he has worked with, Andrew and Akash has every right to say, Kendrick, who the fuck are you talking to? They have every right to say that. Will Hart, Andrew is 100% right. Kendrick is a hypocrite. Now, that is a fair thing to say-ish. That's kind of fair to say. Hold on, let me pin the link just in case, because we're about to get into we're about to get into the last call. Now, here's something I will say, because yes, in fairness, I can call Kendrick a hypocrite. I can call him that. However, they're pointing out Kendrick's past. He's referring to something that happened a few months ago, something more recent. That's the only leverage that Kendrick has in this conversation. If he wants to highlight the fact that you can talk about who I used to work with, the operative word is used to. I'm talking about what you just said a few months ago. Now, I don't remember if that particular stream was on a Patreon or on a free version. Andrew, you have an audience for a reason. Put that shit on the Patreon, and this probably wouldn't happen, but that's neither here nor there. Kendrick can say this was most recent. When's the last time I worked with such individuals that you're referring to? Not his current album, not his last album. Hell, not even the album after that. If I have to keep it a buck, if anything, he worked with the victim. Don't just let it rock. So that's where this stands. They could call Kendrick a hypocrite. They could say that comment you said was a few months ago. However, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, comedians have license to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Even by his standard, he says as long as it's funny, let it rock. Like, go back to when Kobe passed away, God rest his soul. There was this one, I don't know, there was one comedian who made a joke. Now, he has made, and I put jokes in air quotes, he has made commentary like that previously. Me personally, I'm not a real fan of dry comedians. You could throw Hannibal Buress in there. You can throw in Amy Schumer. They're all the same to me, honestly. I don't like dry humor. You could throw that comedian in there. He said something about Kobe Bryant, said, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, but this is the same guy who has raped a woman, who has this such and such thing to a woman. Now, people say that's extreme, that's flagrant. Why didn't Andrew Schulz come to his defense? Real simple. He said, because it wasn't funny. If the joke is funny, he'll defend it. Other than that, he's not going to touch it. And I agree. So when he said this video, the question is, was it funny? Yes or no?
What is the black girlfriend effect?
Oh, you might not know about this.
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
they grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped.
Now, when I heard the joke, I said, okay, that's a funny joke. I heard him say funnier before, but I was like, okay, that's on the funny side. But yeah, you asked me, it was a slow news day, and they decided to harp on that. Now, I personally think if that was on the free version, if that was the free version, that's why he's getting his backlash. Is you go on Patreon, you're gonna hear a lot more funnier jokes than that. So I don't have a problem with what he said, honestly, because he's a comedian. Comedians are allowed to cross that line. They don't have to draw within the circle. That what makes him him. yes, his last album, Kodak Black, whatever he did, has something to do with teen assault and battery and sexual misconduct. I didn't know about that. Kodak was on Mr. Morale. Oh. See? That get credence. That gives yeah, like credence. This started because Kendrick was trying to monopolize on that joke. I agree. Andrew is a comedian. It wasn't that deep. Kendrick has a righteousness about him that I don't respect as a black man myself. I can understand that because put Kendrick to the side. I know plenty of black men who take that stance, and I don't see them being genuine at all. Hell, some of them are in not this space right here. This is the compound, not this space. Previous spaces, I have seen men who basically this logic. Don't kill me. You know, you're my brother. This is no ill intent. There's context to this clip.
Look, after this conversation right now, the black woman is God.
Shut up, Logic. Shut up, Logic.
When it comes to, and obviously that's not Logic's stance. That's just wanted to play that clip for commentary. When you got these people who say the black woman is God, the black woman is Grand Rising Queen, I can't stand that for the life of me. There's some people who are genuinely mean it. I believe Kendrick is genuine when he takes a stance. There's some people who are looking for, like you said, who's looking to monopolize on a joke, but in this case, monopolize on black women. There's always people always coming out there and looking for that. Matter of fact, there was somebody who I knew who was on that type of time. I don't see him anymore. I guess because someone finally pulled a veil and realized this homeboy was a fraud. Maybe, I don't know. But I do agree with Will Hart. There are some brothers that are like that. I will just get off the boat and say that's Kendrick. That would not surprise me a bit. That would not surprise me at all, because he definitely moves like one. That would not surprise me even in the slightest. So in this case, now the question is, where do I reside on this right here? Given new information, because I did listen to that last album. I just forgot that homeboy was on that. I'm going to side with Schulz on this one. The reason why I'm siding with Schulz is because for the simple fact that Kendrick, you don't have a clean enough resume to take that stance. Or if you're going to take that stance, you need to acknowledge. Now, if he did, let me know, and I will do another stream correcting this. If Kendrick Lamar is going to acknowledge his past, be apologetic for his past, and what he's doing to move forward, because we see he's moving forward, he just act like the past ain't happened. What Schulz and Akash said, you ain't that clean, man, to be coming at us the way you are. And if I had to be objective, he's absolutely correct. That's going to be a bitter pill for most people to swallow. Kendrick Lamar has strayed away from the people he used to work with, more or less. But acknowledge what because this is what I do, ladies and gentlemen. If the facts change, so does my opinion. by going public with it, I let people know this is what I used to believe. How did I come to this thought process, and how I transitioned into something different. I owe that to the people. Has he done that yet? I haven't heard it. I have not heard it. That doesn't mean he hasn't said it or articulated it. I just haven't heard it. And if you guys do have those clips, send it to me, and I'll be more than happy to change my stance. All he said was, "Don't talk about them." Most black men think like that. You don't have to have a clean record to say that. Correct. You don't have to have a clean record to say that. The only thing is, the only thing I would say is, if you're going to say that, be ready for the backlash. Air quotes, backlash. A lot of Kendrick didn't see him responding. Don't know how. A lot of his fan base didn't think he was going to respond because it's real simple. They don't listen. They don't watch Schulz. They don't know nothing about this. I knew about Schulz since 2013? No. Well, Geico. Back when Geico used to come on MTV. Then they transitioned to Bringing Idiots. Then I found out he was a comedian. Then I listened to his stand-ups, and now we see where Andrew Schulz is today. So I knew this was going to happen. He didn't. He didn't think he was going to respond. Now he has the let's just say, if that was a rollout or a chance to monopolize, it backfired in his face. I'm not gonna say it's a major backfire. It's just like, oh, that didn't work. So I guess on to the next one. Let's go ahead and just get this tour rolling, and people will probably sweep this underneath the rug. His fan base, yeah, sure. He has enough fan base to sweep this under the rug and keep it moving forward. But I will hope that his team paid attention and realized the results they was looking for, they didn't get it because they went against the wrong comedian. It's no different than talking about my siblings. I can say it, but you can't. Easy comment to say, okay. Okay. I don't have a problem with that stance at all. That's a good analogy. I know problems with that in the slightest. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, one more comment. Did you just say Kendrick didn't know something wasn't going to happen? Did you watch what he did to Drake? Do you know how calculated that is? Come on, Chris. Regarding him, yes. Him and Drake is in the he is calculated. I'll give you that. I know that he's calculated. And regarding Drake, they've been in the same conversation since between 2007 and 2009. So they have always been linked together. So it's not like you cannot study Drake. He's like literally right there in front of your face. Every corner every step that you take, there's Drake. So obviously Kendrick is calculated when it comes to Aubrey. You kind of had no other choice. I'm not gonna say it's low hanging fruit because, believe it or not, Drake is a calculated motherfucker as well. Drake just went against somebody who's more calculated than him. That's it. Now regarding this, I don't believe, I could be wrong. Yes, I could be wrong, but do I think he underestimated him? Yes, I really think he did. But it's not that much. It's not going to be that much of a big deal because they're going to sweep this underneath the rug and they're just going to keep it moving. That's just my take on that. I'm not saying he's not calculated. I'm just saying he probably didn't think this one all the way through, but he'll be fine. I said this before. When someone is predictable, I can make you do what I want you to do because of how you move. If y'all saw the clip, he knows. And she has said that before, so that is true. I can attest that this is a Brittany B. Cole. I can attest to that. Yeah, he is calculated, but just me. I think when you go at somebody like this, you want to destroy them completely, my opinion. But how can you destroy somebody that's already solidified? Because, well, let me rephrase that. He destroyed Drake, who's already solidified. Me personally, I just think Drake is going to go on hiding for the next 6 to 9 months, and he'll be back. But he has took down the machine that is Aubrey Graham. When it comes to comedians, yeah, modern day comedians, it's easy to take them down. When it comes to somebody that went to build up his fan base from scratch, and that was actually being blacklisted from the comedic circles, the way that he was, he already invested into that fan base, and now he can live off that fan base. Now his fan base is not going to turn on him because K-Dot says something. That's like Brittany. I will say this. Go back to, what is that chick's name? Because I really don't care to say her name because of what she did to because how he did his wife and daughter, Yanni. When Yanni did what she did to Anton about putting, and I know why she did it. I just don't care. I don't care for her because she did it. Anton said this on Fight Club. I didn't lose any subscribers. I didn't lose any viewers. I didn't lose any money. If anything, I gained more because the people that they was trying to target to come at me, they wasn't supporting me anyways. So why would I worry? I have my group of people to focus on, so I don't need to worry about those who was never supporting me to begin with. Take Anton out of that equation. Put Andrew Schulz. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Obviously, we know Anton got a little bit more money than him, but it's the exact same thing. Andrew says, I'm going to be all right. My audience will cancel me if I don't come at Kendrick and keep it funky the way I normally do. So that's this scenario. So yes, Kendrick is calculated. Yes, he is. But I have seen him grow his fan base from scratch, and he ain't going nowhere, and his fan base are not going to stop listening to him because he said something. D's in the building. Drake was the most streamed rap artist last month. No surprise here. I think the narrative of Drake being finished is fake news. He's not finished. He just took a loss. He just took a loss. That's it. And this is not his first loss. Pusha T. Well, if we want to be objective, I can make the argument that Joe Budden gave him his first loss, but we'll talk about that later. So you got Joe Budden, you got Pusha T. Was there somebody after Pusha T? Was there somebody after Pusha T that went at Drake and lost and beat him? I don't think so. So you got Joe Budden, you got Pusha T, and you got Kendrick Lamar. Honestly, Common? No, Common did not beat Drake. No. Go watch the state. Go listen to Stay Scheming. No. He didn't beat Drake. He didn't beat Drake. I agree with the fan base point, so I understand where you are going. However, if Dot wanted to, he could. I just don't think it's that deep. I don't think so neither. I think it was just a black woman comment. Maybe that's fair. That's 100% fair. He is finished after the. Yeah. D, we don't do that. What Drake did, we don't do that. We don't do that because this is the same. Because Drake is a sore loser. This is the epitome of a sore loser. Because what he's accusing UMG of doing, Drake, people have done that for you. Clickbait, really? Kevlar, thank you for joining. We are 46 minutes in. We have went over the Kendrick versus Andrew Schulz, but then give me one quick second. So I know why he did it. This is sore loser behavior. A lot of people has lost a lot of respect for Drake for doing this lawsuit. And if you guys really want to go back and listen to the bars, he technically did not. He did not say, Drake, you were the pedophile. He said your homeboy was the pedophile. You are the certified lover boy chilling with a certified pedophile. But like I said, that's kind of a damn shame, given that I do believe Drake is a lyricist. But it's like, how did you or your team let that go over your head? I would never know. So, to file this lawsuit, this has never been done before in a rap battle. To file a lawsuit, this is the biggest L I have seen any rapper take. And I legit mean that. He actually no, that's fine. He did say that, but he also mentioned how your homeboy giving the cover art, how he also said that you have somebody on your team who is a certified PDF file. I remember those lyrics. I'll do a breakdown if we have to. But Kevin Lard, thank you for tuning in. I think you came in a little bit late. Now regarding Kendrick and Andrew Schulz, we all heard the line where he said, "Don't talk about white comedian." Andrew Schulz did respond to it. And matter of fact, I don't mind playing the video again. We got time before we get to last call.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he is saying, I can talk about black women.
Let the trolling begin. Akash thing.
You gotta understand about Ken. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Oh, we don't do clickbait here, and we ain't.
Just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and rape of R. Kelly? And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual
molested,
predator,
and black women?
Oof, children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not Brazy! Not Brazy!
Yeah, we don't do clickbait here. Matter of fact, I have been demonized for oversimplifying the title and not teasing the audience. Nope, if it's in my title, we're talking about it. So we don't do clickbait here. Do me a favor, subscribe, and you might learn a thing or two. And I say that respectfully, but thank you for pulling up the support of the show. Drake gotta get back to the music, and you never know. There could be a run back in the future. There could be. Now, you can make the argument that Drake and his music has taken a decline because they saying Drake has changed. I was like, yeah, Drake is getting older. Of course he's going to mature. And I don't want to say this. And he does work with newer, younger audience. That was not a play on the you know what. For those who are listening, I'm not trying to insinuate anything. But he could. But honestly, Drake, look at your resume. Just go away, relax, and come back later. Come back later when people miss you. The longer you're away, the more they'll miss you. Especially when you come back and do these surprise appearances. Trust me, they won't forget, but they're gonna love you more for what you have offered to the people. So yeah, he can make a comeback. And oh shoot. How you doing, sweetheart? Missed you so much. Good to see you. He's suing his label to get a bag. Drake is a smart dude. Okay, I won't take that from him to a degree. He definitely lost the battle to Gate Up, fair, but I think he he's thinking bigger than that. Rumors are he's trying to get at least $1 billion deal of equity. Let's go. I won't be mad at him if that was the case. Let's go ahead and let time. Let's figure out time. Let's let time sit back and see what he does. Maybe he gets out. Maybe he gets out of this deal he's in, and if he wants $1 billion deal or equity, we'll see. And if he does do that, let's go ahead and have a Drake celebration. Now, do I believe he's doing? Oh shit! Do I think he's doing this whole fighting for the artist, Michael Jackson thing or Prince thing? No, I don't do that. I personally don't think that at all. I think he just got his ass whooped, and this is not the move to make in the middle of a rap battle. But we'll see. We will see. He didn't say that either. We'll talk later. We will talk later. That was TDE president that said that, not Kendrick himself. Gotcha. All Andrew Schulz does is disrespect Black people and Black culture and calls it comedy. Now, Vazo, thank you for pulling up. Now, here's the thing, Vazo. It's one thing to say that, but you have to say, but here's one thing I can say. Although I'm not going to say disrespect. I'm not going to say he disrespect Black people or Black culture at all. I will say this. If you say that about Black people, he does that with white people. He does that with Jewish people. He does that with the Latino community. He does that with the Asian community. He does that with the Indian community. What I'm saying is no one is off limits. No one is off limits. He has made that loud and clear. Everybody can get it. And as long as, now, if you don't find Andrew Schulz funny, cool. And I tell people this, if there's some comedians that's not funny, don't listen to them. Some people think Hannibal Buress and Amy Schumer is funny. You guys are going to have to move hell and high water and explain to me why you think those two comedians are funny. However, I don't listen to them. I don't stop people from listening to them. Go ahead. Now, if Andrew Schulz is not your type of comedian, cool. Because like I said, what cloth does he cut from? Patrice O'Neal. And coming from that cloth, you have to have a level of I don't give a fuck to make the jokes that he makes and to actually to hit on all cylinders, personally. So if Andrew Schulz is not for you, there's no issue in that. There's no beef in that. There's other comedians out there. I don't know too many other comedians. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, because some of the comedians that I would rather listen to do not exist anymore. So that's what it is. But Vazzy, I appreciate you for pulling up, man. Miss you too. Hey, Brenda, we need to do another collab together. I was thinking about it the other day. You and I need to do another one. So Chris, are you saying it was a joke? It was just a joke. Jesus, we'll talk later. Good God, I think it was a joke. And yes, jokes could come from a real place, but I think it's all jokes at the end, especially the jokes are. If they are real to you, if it comes from a real place. So I don't, like I said, I don't have a problem with the joke. I just heard funnier jokes from him regarding that. I have heard funnier jokes. That's just me. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. Just how I finally got to say, yes, man, we will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that was, what event is that? That was Kendrick Lamar versus Andrew Schulz. And like I said, I'm saying this as a guy who is going to the concert, the Kendrick and SZA concert. I'm either going in Houston in April or at MetLife Stadium in May. I haven't decided yet, but we will definitely get into that. What you're not about to do right now. What you're not about to do right now. I can't wait till Bill Maher takes on this, or Dave Chappelle. I'm pretty sure they agree with Andrew Schulz. But Bill is more tactful, and Dave is even more cutthroat than Schulz. That is a fact. That is a fact. All right, y'all. One last thing before we go. I'm going to play this video by Jay-Z. And I think this is something I need you guys to take on moving forward. Oops.
A lot of times you can misinterpret that as arrogance. If someone doesn't engage you in the way that you believe they should, then people's like, he's arrogant. He's act like he's above everybody. Like, no, I just don't want to argue with you about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That has okay. So that has been my take for for probably the last year or so. That if I'm not responding to you, there's like, who you think you are? Like you too good to talk to us. You don't want to talk to us. You don't want to engage the conversation. It's like, no, I'm not engaging in a conversation, especially if it's about stupid shit. I usually do not talk to people that this might sound arrogant. I usually don't talk to people that I know that I'm smarter than. Let me rephrase that. I don't have intelligent conversations with people that I'm like there's an ocean between us. That's why I'm really chilling in my own channel right now, because when I go out there, let's just keep it on online. I realize there's a lot of stupid motherfuckers out here, and it's like, what's the point? It's like I'd rather not engage in certain conversations because I know the message you're spewing. I know you're leading people down a dark path, and it's like, for what? You're just trying to monopolize on somebody else's stupidity. I personally take great insult to that, and I don't engage with people because of that. Okay, I'm sorry, I was reading the comment, but that's just me. I've just only talked to people who is intellectually on my level, or who is smarter than me. Now, I'm not talking about oceans gap for that's in that regard, but I cannot talk to people about stupid shit, because when I have a conversation with a fool, people from the distance not going to be able to decipher the two. That's why when I talk to smart people smarter than me, I do very little talking and a lot of listening. Very little talking and a lot of listening. She's one of them. If she cares to talk about it one day, she will tell you that it's been a one-sided ass whooping when it comes to certain conversations. Now there has been some times where I have kept it close, or I got her to say touche a couple times, but other than that, I'm about to say about 95% of the times I'm getting my ass whooped. So it is what it is. I tend not to just talk to certain people. That's just it. Because I know what you're going to say. I have done a lot of listening to stupid people to know what they're going to say. And it's like, no, I'm not doing this. That's why I have resided in my own cocoon and prefer to stay here where there's a level of peace. I prefer peace. I know him, and I know about his weirdo cases. All those dudes with these kinds of cases is weirdos. Miss Jacqueline Randall, thank you for tuning in. I'm not too familiar with what cases you are referring to. But I'm gonna do extensive research if I have to. But we'll see. We'll see. But thank you for pulling up. And this is another Brittany B quote. If we don't have the same foundation, I'm not talking to you at all. And honestly, with her saying that, it reminded me, it's like, yeah, she's right. Why am I talking to people that have different beliefs than I do? Because all we're gonna do is butt heads. We're not gonna come to a common ground. You're gonna move the way you move. I'm gonna move the way I move, and I'll just say it is what it is. A lot of black men wonder why we're turning against them. The explanations coming from you is a prime example. Um, a lot of black men is wondering why we are turning against them. Well, I don't believe. Well, okay, now I got the context, Miss Jacqueline. I don't believe black women are turning away from black men. That's number one. And number two, I don't believe that it is a alarming rate, nonetheless. So I do believe that due to one's personal yeah, I would like to know I would like to know what I said too, but I can enter the conversation. Single two-way. Thank you for pulling up. How you doing? I would see I don't believe black women are turning away from black men. I don't. There's too like obviously I don't want to go to statistic routes because that dehumanizes the conversation. But in my own personal experience, I have seen black women and black men stick together. Even probably to, well, I won't say that. I'll say that for another stream another day. But I have seen too many black people ride or die for each other. Now we're going to be objective. We're going to be fair. But at the end of the day, I've seen black women say black men belong to me. I have seen black men say black women belong to me. And I have also seen black men and black women ride and die for each other. So to say that black women is turning from black men on the in the grand scheme of things is a flat out lie. She's right about that. She's definitely right about that. So yeah, to say yeah, that's but honestly, Miss Jacqueline, that's that's just a internet talking point that's been debunked too many times before. That's like for me to debunk this, I would have to introduce a bunch of links, a bunch of numbers. Like I said, I personally don't want to do that because that's going to dehumanize the conversation because that's all I want to have. Not to say I won't make room for stats and links to be posted or presented, but let's have an honest conversation. Why do you believe what you believe? This is yes, true, very much true, very very much true. So I would like to have a conversation like, why do you guys? And that's another thing. Let me just put it here because we may have to have this conversation in 2 weeks because I'm gonna be doing all 3 rounds of Siege next week, episode 5. Why are we still having conversations about certain talking points that we know that it's not true? It's not true on the grand scheme of things. In real life, ladies and gentlemen, IRL, in real life, I have seen black people ride and die for one another, even without context. They ride and die for each other. So to say black women are running away from black women, black women are running away from black men is a flat out lie. And vice versa. There's no merit to that, no skin in that. So we all know in your own personal life, that talking point has been debunked. Unless what you're saying is some people, well, I'll say it because I can give a fuck about the word gaslighting because I don't, if I mean it, I said it and I'm not moving for it. Jacqueline, the only way this can be true is based off of the energy you put out there in the public. What energy are you putting out there that is attracting certain individuals that make you want to run away from them? My energy attracts the people that I want to be around constantly, consecutively, continuously. I would never have a problem with being around black women who say, "Oh, I don't want to be around black men." You know why they don't say that? Because I don't put that energy out there. And when I'm around black women, I'm the black man they want to be around because of what we put out there in the world. Like Brittany B, like her and I are literally 1,100 miles apart. We are like this easily. So I don't, my real world experience debunks this. Where in your real world where this is true? And why have you not put a sort of effort to hang around the black men you want to be around? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the compound. Certain talking points will not work here. Do not get your feelings hurt. Because people on the internet have to stay there. And you can tell and you can tell, I can't tell, and you can tell there, and it just makes the content. I guess lying stresses me out. LOL, can't listen to. Hell, my energy is so strong, I have to remove myself sometimes. It gets scary. So, I get it. I'm around the people I want to be around. Take this on your way when you start your day. I'm around the people I want to be around. How come you're not? And if you are, why did you type this? Ladies and gentlemen, if you come around the compound, your feelings will get hurt. If you come around with talking points and it doesn't make sense, it doesn't add value, it will not help you achieve your ultimate goal, I will hurt your feelings. I will make a fool out of you. I will make an example out of you. Will I clip this up? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I got free time now. I'm not making no more movies for a long time. I gotta get some singing lessons before I start my next movie, my next project. But I got time to ring someone through I'll be nice. Let me be nice because Jacqueline is new to the space. She doesn't know. So I would say to the Jacquelines of the world, thank you for tuning in. Please stick around. You're going to learn something new. And you're going to learn something about me. And who knows? If you listen to me a little bit longer, you might know what type of man you need to be around. You need to surround yourself by so that you can get the results that you're looking for. Mind your business. Mind your business. I will hire you, but you're too busy. And I know, but never mind. We'll talk about that later. Anywho, on your way out, ladies and gentlemen. What time is it? Yeah, because I gotta go get dressed and get ready for work. On your way out, if you like this video, hit the like button. Dislike, hit the dislike. Doesn't matter to me. Subscribe and share. That's more important to me. Follow me on all social links are located in the description. Participate, waive all rights and property. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one local person will get $100 in the Cash App giveaway. And remember, my third and final short film, the link is located in the description. That is the last chapter, the BTSI finale. Thank you those who have supported it. Like I said, we will. I'm taking a break from being a filmmaker. I want to explore some other things real quick, and we will get back to doing more projects and just expressing my creativity. So thank you guys for pulling in. This is the BTSI show. I'm your host, Christopher J. I will talk to you guys later.
Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Extraterrestrial.